Hi everybody, I'm Joey Paul and I'm an indie author, and today we're going to be answering questions from you guys. I wanted to do a video because I haven't done one recently. I think the last one I did was in March, of basically questions you guys have sent me that I've thought about and thought, oh, I'll do those in a video. So I have 10 questions with a bonus question if we have time. So let's jump right into it. Question number 1. How do you juggle writing with chronic pain? This is one that I've covered slightly on my blog, in the fact that I've talked about writing while having chronic illness before, but I wanted to answer it here as well because I feel like a lot of people have chronic pain and not many people talk about it, and those that talk about it don't always talk about the pros and cons as such of writing while having it. I've had chronic pain, or I've had fibromyalgia and my ME for like too long that I could probably work it out in my head, but it's really early and I haven't had a cup of tea yet, so I'm not going to. I write by working to my good days. There are days when I can't, and there are days when I have to lay in bed and just not do anything, but there are other days when I can manage to do a bit here and a bit there, and I do that. Now a lot of the time, because majority of my days are working days, I medicate. I have painkillers to use, I have a patch that controls my pain, and I know that some people shy away from that, and that's completely okay. You've got to do what works for you, but it works for me, and it means that I'm able to write most of the time and do other things most of the time. Yesterday, for example, was a really bad pain day, but once I've medicated a bit, I was able to sit down and write a chapter, so I was happy with that. It did mean that the rest of the day I was basically off and unable to do much else, but I got the chapter done. And basically it's about weighing up the pros and cons. You have to make the decisions that works for you, and you have to work out how your body works and where your limits are as such, because obviously you shouldn't be pushing yourself past your limits, but you don't really know where they are until you start to sort of like edge closer to them. So I juggle writing with chronic pain simply by practice and the fact that I've been doing this a number of years and working out where my limits are, when to push myself, when not to push myself, and all of that jazz. Number 2, what do you do on your days off? That depends what you class as a day off. If I'm doing a day off, because technically today's a day off because I'm not writing, I'm recording a vlog, doing bits and pieces of admin work. Like today I have to record this vlog, upload and all the rest of it. I also have to edit some chapters of 8th Ending, and to do some other bits and pieces. So yeah, that's one day off, but I do have days off completely, and what I generally do is I chat with a friend, I watch Netflix, or I read a book, or all 3 of those. And yeah, I just enjoy having nothing to do and just being able to read a book and chat with a friend and just lose myself in those. Number 3, congrats on book 14. Do you ever think you'll catch up with yourself? By that I mean be writing the one that's due to be published next. Firstly, thank you, and secondly, no I don't. Because of the way I draft, and because of the way things are sort of like set up, and because it takes me about 5 months to draft 2 first drafts, and then we start the process of revising and editing and betas and all the rest of it, I don't think, unless I start publishing like lots and lots and lots a year, I don't think I'll catch up with myself, and I don't think that I'll ever get to a point where I'm working on the book that's due to be published next. But never say never, so you never know. Number 4, will you ever write another standalone? I love series, but I do also love a good standalone. And then you're in luck, because although I have my next to be released books for over the coming 5 years, I think it is, are all series books, because that's just the way my brain worked, and that's just the way that the publication thing has set down. But I am working on a standalone right now. I've written 2 chapters of it, but it's definitely a standalone, and I'm very, very much enjoying the new world and the new characters. I always find it refreshing to start a brand new world and get to know that protagonist and get to know what makes them tick and what they react to and what they like and what they don't like, because you have to remember that while I am a plantser or a hybrid, I don't do a lot of planning, so a lot of my finding out about the characters and working out what makes them tick happens while I'm writing. So it's always very exciting. It's that discovery, I think, Alexa Dan calls it, of discovering everything about the plot and what the barriers are and all of that jazz. So I am working on standalone at the moment, but obviously it won't be out for a number of years. Number 5, what got you started on the idea of writing as a career? I was 19 and I was retired from work, and I was basically told that I would never work a conventional job again, and I'd already sort of like dabbled in writing as a teen. I'd written a book and sort of like thought, okay, this is perfect. It was not perfect. It was not perfect. It was 36 pages and I thought it was really, really long. And it was for 13, but no, not perfect. And it was sort of like, over the years, I'd sort of printed it out and I'd taken it apart and added bits here, and I'd get bored with it and think, I'll look at this again another time. And then sort of like 19, it was the idea of like, if I don't do something with my life, this is my life. And that terrified me to the point where I was like, okay, I'm just gonna pull this book apart, I'm gonna get it up ship shape and ready to go and all the rest of it. And so I did that, and then I wrote Blackout, and then sort of like I kind of like realized that I really liked writing and I really liked creating. And so then I sort of like kept writing. I did contact a few agents, and I did contact, I got some nice replies, but they were all rejections. And so then it wasn't really until like the advent of Kindle and KDP and stuff like that I realized that I could do this myself. I'd already sort of like done a foray into self-publishing with Blackout, but that was a non-starter because I didn't have the money to fund it long term. When KDP and Kindle came out, it was like, okay, I can do this. And it wasn't really until about 2011, with all these books written that had never seen the light of day, that I decided, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to go. This is what I'm going to do with my life. But I made a lot of mistakes, as we've talked about before. So I didn't research. I didn't look into book covers and editing and all the rest of it. So yeah, I made a ton of mistakes. But I've corrected them since, even if I am still working my way through the fault of myself. But yeah, that was what started it all for me, the idea that I couldn't do anything else, so I would do this. Number 6, does Miss Pen always sit on your shoulder? How can that be comfy? Now, I saw this question and thought, this is perfect because it's for a video and she will be on my shoulder at the time. And it's like, no, she's not. She's curled up on the sofa right now. Normally when I sit down to record a video, she climbs up the side of my chair onto my shoulder, and she's like, okay, I sit here now, but today she's decided not to. So she doesn't always sit on my shoulder. The rule generally is if I have a hoodie on, then she'll happily do it because she can get a good grip. As the summer months are coming and I'm wearing a hoodie less, she's sort of like trying it without a hoodie, but she doesn't like it because she slips a lot. But yeah, she's comfy. It's not always comfy for me, but what does that matter? Number 7, will you ever do a day in the life vlog like some other Authortubers have done? I'd love to see what you get up to. I have actually thought about this, and so I will put it to you guys. Would you like to see that? If so, let me know in the comment section down below, and I will do it. But I wasn't sure really if it would be something you guys would want to see. So yeah, let me know. Number 8, what books are you working on right now? I'm working on the 4th in the Invisible series, which should be the end. So that's Opaque, and for a series that started as a duology and is now going into a quadrilogy or a series, it's really gone a long way. And I'm also working on I'll See You Through, which is my paranormal romance standalone. So I really am very much at the beginning. I am on chapters like 3 and 4 writing wise. So I really am very close to the beginning, but I am enjoying both of them very much. Number 9, do you have any signings planned anytime soon? I have none in 2019. I know that was technically the plan after I left 2018 because I had like so many signings in 2018. But then after Darker 2018, I was like, right, I want to do this more. But unfortunately, nothing sort of like happened in 2019. Darker isn't happening this year. It's also not happening next year. So I've signed up for other places, but I haven't yet heard back, and I got nothing confirmed. But obviously, if that hat changes, you guys will be the first to know. I do want to do more signings, so yeah, that's the plan. And number 10, what's your favourite, tea or coffee or something else? I am very much a tea person, simply because coffee would kill me. I'm not joking with that either. I have an allergic reaction to coffee. I don't know why. We've talked about this, whether it's the caffeine level, because even though tea has more caffeine in it, coffee has more per cup. I don't know, it makes me wheeze, so I avoid it. I will occasionally have hot chocolate, but other than that, it's generally tea, and mine is going cold. So, but yes, it's generally tea. I'm not fussy on the flavour. Generally, it's just boring English breakfast or Tesco's Own or whatever. But tea, always tea. I drink a lot of tea, like so much so that people are like, you must always be peeing, and I'm like, yeah, I am, because I drink so much tea. And the bonus question, where do you get your teaser graphics? They're gorgeous. Why, thank you. I use Canva. It's a cheat, basically. I don't make them myself. I use Canva, and generally speaking, I stick to one graphic per book, but I will link Canva down below. It's free to use, but you can pay for Pro. I haven't paid for Pro, but I have paid for backgrounds. So I don't know whether that works out cheaper or not. But yeah, I use that, and I really do love it. It's so easy to use and so quick to knock them up, and just, yeah, I love it. So those are my 11 questions. Those are all my answers and all of that jazz. So yeah, so that's all I've got time for today. If you want to support my channel, you can comment or subscribe. I post new videos on Thursdays. You can find me all over social media, and my books are available everywhere. And don't forget to pre-order Lights Out, which you can do at the link listed below. And if you do pre-order it, don't forget to fill out the pre-order swag, all the links which are listed below. Thanks for watching, and remember to keep writing. Bye.